It's about ready to get underway. We're about to... They're doing their warm-up slides. All right, and they're off to the races. Looks like the first end is running a little slow. Yeah, I'm gonna play around with these and see. All right. So Electric Mayhem is trying to come into the house on their first. and this one made it into the house. Nice, well managed rock. Tate's calling for a take, or is he going to come down to it? So always the first end, one of the things you want to get used to is figuring out the ice and getting it warmed up. So amazing amount of pressure on leads. They've got what did they throw to make the shot? And it certainly this year it's been anywhere from take weight all the way up to just hack weight, a little less than hack weight for a good guard in the first end. And then the ice gets pretty fast and quick. This looks like a draw down to the red. Anna. Barely hear me, and you can still hear them. Then maybe it's the opposite here. Let's do one thing at a time. So I'm gonna do the desktop audio. Oh, it's off. Let's go ahead and turn it off. This looks like a draw down to the red, channel 3, Anna. It can't be desktop TV. I don't know if you had it. It is. This up, and we'll see if that changes. Thank you for being patient with us online. We are adjusting our volume levels to really dial it in so that we can have a good experience, good quality experience. Electric Mayhem was going for a light tap back or sit on top of that yellow. It just over curled a little much. That can happen in the first end. It's just there's frost on the ice and sometimes it catches it and you'll go. Tate looks like he's going to draw under his guard, the corner guard, the high corner guard. The sweepers like it. They're on it. Oh, this is over curling too. Yeah, early on the ice is very curly. Scott's has a good solid delivery, good rotation on his rock, so you don't usually see that much curl on his normal shot. So that line looks to be a little extra curl right now. Cool. All right, I think we have our audio technical worked out. Thank you, Stephen Coberly, for assisting. And now we get to curl. All right. All right. I'll try to give you some announcements on the team players. So The vice for Team Tobkin, Kaylee Meyer, she is about ready to deliver. This stone, the call is a hit on the shot rock, Electric Mayhem shot rock sitting on the button. Looks like a good normal takeout. Sweepers are sweeping hard. Got to hold that stone. Has been curling an awful lot on this line. This stone looks like it's over curled. Oh, it might catch it the other way. Well, it's a good plan B result. Yellow is sitting shot. However, it's completely exposed. And Electric Mayhem, the skip, Randy Chenier, he's calling for a rock in the top 12, kind of splitting the house. It's a pretty aggressive strategy, but can be very effective. That he isn't too afraid of that yellow rock being behind T, and he knows if he hits it, he'll be behind T, and actually that could set himself up for a draw and a freeze down to it that could actually ruin this end for him. So that's a pretty high IQ shot, call. Just a little slow. That was a new fresh path device. Again, first end, they're just figuring out the lines, figuring out the curl, figuring out the ice as it adjusts quickly and gets up to speed. Tate's going to guard his yellow, and he probably wants it in the house, top 8. If he can count shot 1, 2, that's a great result. Kaylee's draws away. This one looks a little light. Good line. Boy, it's pretty swingy ice. Look at that, it just curled all the way over. Again, just first end, figuring out the ice. Both teams are working on it. So I think what we have, it's an interesting call. Does he come down on it now? Hit it? Hit and roll would be pretty good. Hit and roll towards the right side as we're looking at it from behind the house or in the house. But it looks like he's going to try to draw in under that, all the yellows on the right. Leave that yellow to be hit and removed later for a big end. Again, still pretty aggressive strategy. You better be confident about your hits to do that, which is terrific. It looks like Randy is, so that's this is going to make for a very exciting game.
Jake's like, okay.
Randy shots away. It's coming in nicely. I can keep on curling. Curl it. It had enough weight. That's a really nice shot. Really nice shot. Although it leaves a freeze or even hitting and rolling on that rock, kind of staying in the 4-foot area.
I feel like I've been walking around a lot longer than 15.
right. We are skip stones with hammer. Tate's got a draw for 3. We haven't used this line too much in this end, but Tate's got the redstone as backing. He's a long-time player with a lot of experience. And he's got 2 quality sweepers. They're watching that rock come down. Watching it come down. Yeah, this looks like a good shot. Oh, just a hair too heavy. Still 2. That's a good way to start the first end for Tate Tobkin. 2-0 over Dr. T-Line and the Electric Mayhem. So when the scores pop up for the rest of the games, we can go around the house. Let's take a look. They've got it posted for sheet 3. So let's go ahead. Sheet 3. This is Electric Mayhem versus Rolf with the Punches. And this is on sheet 3. Rolf with the Punches is up 1-0 after 1. On sheet 2, we have the Sweepish versus Bork, and the score is 1-0 after 1 for Bork. They're playing the Redstones. Then on sheet 1, we have NU Curling. They use our club on Saturdays and curl here at Chicago Curling Club against Carthage Curl. Again, another NU team. They've not posted their score yet. We'll see. And not quite there. So we'll revert back and I'll give you an update on their score when it comes available. All right, let's see how this end is setting up. Anna's first stone went into the house, caught back 12 for shot rock. Dr. T-Line, Randy's team, brought it into the house. Looks like it's almost touching edge of 8 out on the wing. It's a good start, good placement. The Electric Mayhem team is skipped by Randy Conner, Vice Janelle Conner, and Rick Barnwell plays second, and a TBD as their lead. So I am not sure who their lead is. And I'm pretty sure their second isn't Rick, so they've got a few stand-ins. Maybe Rick. We'll see. That high guard can be deceptively tough to deal with as a skip. Sometimes, if it's well placed, it just creates an eye line and can certainly prevent you from getting your rock into good spots. For example, it would be hard to put a guard on top of that corner red. So Randy elected to come in behind his own. This gives Tate now the chance to start removing rocks. So hitting this red, looking for a rollover, even if it hits and stays, I don't think he's terribly unhappy. And Scott Meyer delivered the stone. Scott's playing second for Team Tobkin. just a little wide. Oh, too wide. Loses all the stones. Again, not horrible result. Not ideal. Prefer to sit 2 yellow, put some pressure on Team Randy, but by clearing all the stones out, especially that back yellow stone, you get rid of any catchers. So this makes it more likely for a cleaner house, cleaner end, and potentially even for a blank end. Although, if you're Team Tobkin, you want to try to force one here. You do have a high center, off-center guard, and a low off-center guard, so it's still available for a steal. And I believe that's why Randy is changing gears here. He's going to draw behind those guards and race the team into a good shot position. Force a chase strategy. Boy, it's really curling. Look at that. Really good shot. Maybe just a hair heavy. You'd like to see that a full stone above tee. That protects against this freeze, but that really was a terrific shot. Well managed by the sweepers. Good call. It's always enjoyable watching two skips who are experienced, understand strategy, and really try and make good calls. Unfortunate, just a little heavy. Randy, again, many skips would try to put a guard up, protect that one shot, but he's got hammer. He wants to score clearly more than one, and so he is calling for a top 8 buried draw. Thing here is when you're delivering this stone, you don't want to be heavy. You want to give it to your sweepers and let them, because the way to miss this shot is to be a little light, top of the house. Really terrific line. Had it been about 4 to 6 feet lighter, it would have been in the exact place that Randy had called for. Going behind tee just again allows for catchers for yellow stones. Tate's calling for a lightweight hit on the red stone. Probably feels comfortable at this point that you're going to, the rocks certainly curl. He'll be able to get one of those reds. Oh, and if it's well made shot. Stay. Oh, didn't quite catch enough of it to stick around, but certainly knocked the most dangerous stone off of the button tee line. Randy's going to try to replace that. Maybe a little bit higher, a little bit more buried. Yeah. Looking to bury it a little bit more. Doesn't want to risk another hit like that. Oh, no, he's splitting the house. Again, this is a pretty sophisticated call. You want to get this stone top 12 so there's no easy or apparent double. And then you kind of force your opponent to try to go after that rock that's behind tee. Again, rocks behind tee don't scare good skips because they know they can get rid of them pretty easily. Very patient call for calling for the draw. He's preserving his opportunity with enough rocks up there and guards to hide behind that he can get a skip's deuce or do something. Have a rock to run in if he had to, and do something with his vice's last stone here. So Tate's calling for a hit, which is the right call. Get rid of this, the shot stone. Oh, got caught a little. Kaylee got caught a little bit on this line again. It over curled. Peeled off the top yellow. Tate's checking to see if that stone is counting on top. It doesn't look like it. Red's sitting right now 1, but pretty soon to be 2. Randy's coming around the guard he just put up. So now that call is turning out to be a gem. Now it's all about execution. They are a little bit wider than they've been on any other previously delivered stone. We'll see how much the ice is warmed up out here and if they got the weight call right. Looks really good. Yeah, that's a lovely shot. And just showing the right side too. Had it over curled and showed the inside, you'd absolutely want to hit that and you could flop underneath and be shot. I don't know if the ice curls enough that Tate can get to that red on the inside. So, and if you try to remove it from the outside, the red could jam on their own red and they'll still be laying 1, potentially 2 after the skip stone. So that was well done. And just deep enough, touching the forefoot. It'll be close if Tate just even noses this red. If he happens to hit and roll, that red rock just delivered will be shot rock. Again, it goes to, these are all team shots and managing rocks to specific positions. And in competitive games, sometimes it comes down to just inches and whether it's distance or the width of how much it will curl or not curl. Always fun and exciting to watch. All right, so Tate's up for his takeout. Broom suggests it's a control firm hit. This line has been snapping. It looks like the sweepers are on it. It's coming. Yeah, they've got to go and get a little roll. Well done shot. Well made. So yellow sitting shot, and by hitting and rolling even that inch to the right, it makes it even a little bit tougher for red to actually come down and hit and get that same roll and fully buried. So you can see the whole rock, but it just forces it adds to a little bit of the risk of the shot, and it adds to the difficulty, which that's part of curling. You just try to make the other person make their shot and make those shots as difficult as possible. He's taking a little bit more broom. It looks like he may just be trying a back of the house, back 12 kind of weight draw. Maybe even less. The ice is curling an awful lot towards the wall today. Look at that, it just took off. Well, it bumps it in, so red is sitting shot 2 and 3, yellow is shot rock. 2 stones left to play. We do have a score update on sheet 1. We'll go over there and look. So, Carthage Curling scored 3 in the first to take a 3-0 lead over NU Curling. Go back to Tobkin and Dr. T line. Electric Mayhem. So Tate, there's a couple of different things you could do. You could come down and try to remove that red rock that's on the forefoot and sit there. Yellow sitting 2. I think this is a guard or drawing to the top 12. It does curl an awful lot, but you've got to get the weight right so you can avoid that high red guard and still give cover to your yellow stone. Boy, is this going to over curl? Look at that. That line is super curly. All right. Hard to control the curl on that line. I still think it did enough. It is very treacherous for anybody to try to take that shot Yellowstone out, but is there. It is there, but this line has been curling so much. We have Kerry Dixon in the house now. Thank you for stopping by and ad-libbing. It's there all day. Yeah, well, for as skilled as curlers as you, yes,
Right.
absolutely.
1 and 2 on the weekend, or 1 and 1 on the weekend.
See, that's good, 50-50.
No, it's not.
The only thing that makes this hard is
They're
it
not
is
throwing it.
so curly that you have to get the weight right, and that, believe it or not, that high red guard is coming into play a lot more than you want to.
Yeah. You almost throw control.
You could ask it, and I like
Even
that.
if you chip it and lose it, you still score 2.
There's a part of me, I would even have a chance of throwing normal. I don't care about, I'd lose my shot rock to score 2
Yeah.
anytime. Because unless this draw is perfect,
I think
at
he's
best you're
trying to
getting
run
1. Is he? Oh,
They play on arena ice. So
okay. They're going to be, they overswept it.
it's because it's curling iron.
Yeah, it is curling hard. Yep. They were,
I think it's their first time on dedicated ice.
oh wow.
Their first out-of-town bond spiel.
Good for them. That's terrific. Where are they from, Dr. T-Line?
Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids? Oh, terrific. Well, hey, welcome to Grand Rapids Curling Club, to Chicago Curling Club. And welcome to Dr. T-Line. You guys are doing terrific, and I hope you enjoy our installed ice.
Most importantly, they're having fun.
Are they? Is anybody not having fun, Kerry?
That's true.
All right. How was the food so far?
It's always fantastic.
All right, terrific. I saw the lunch spread today. It was very nice.
Swedish meatballs, can't go wrong.
Very much. Too cool. All right. So, lead shots are often, dismissed as not being, super important, but leads have the ability to set up an end and kind of dictate how the strategies will play out. By coming into the house, Tate's inviting the opponent to hit the stone, and then you get to play a defensive game and get rid of stones, Randy didn't fall for that and went for the corner guard. That's how you set up and make good ends. You have to have, or set up a lot of points. You need rocks in play. Tate continues to fire the stones into the house. Again, that puts pressure on the hammer team, because at some point they're going to have to deal with those stones, and you either have to hit them or you have to sit on top of them to play the angles. So it looks like he's calling for the hit on the shot stone. Oh, and it looks good. Does it get a piece? Oh, I don't know if that's a weight or it still could be a little frosty line, and it caught and grabbed that stone and over curled. Tate's calling for a off-center guard, cover the shot stone. I don't think he'd be upset if it even touched the top 12. But by keeping more separation, it just makes a run back double that much harder. All right, had to take a little break, go to the bar, refresh some water. Looks like Dr. T-Line did a good job of hitting and staying in play. It's always good to keep rocks around. They can come back and help you score at the end. Tate's, in ways, shortening this end, putting up the guard, force a hit, and force them to remove the guard. There are some potential doubles. We gotta hit that yellow into the yellow in the corner, or if it stays on the nose and hits right, you can double out the two yellows. Looks like it's a call for at least control normal. For those of you who don't know what the calls are, or weight, that's a weight call. There are two types of shots in general for curling. There is a draw, which means that you want your thrown stone, the delivered stone, to come to a rest in play, somewhere between the hog line, which is that black line right before the house, and the back line, which is a line directly behind the house. The house is the red circles, red, white, blue, and white circles that you see that they're trying to get stones into. Takes, on the other hand, are rocks that are thrown through the house and intended to remove a stone in play. And the different kinds of calls that you may hear, and they'll be sequentially harder shots. Harder meaning the rock is thrown with more velocity and would travel further if the ice went on forever. The easiest take weight is a hack weight, means that the stone should come to rest to the hack. Then a board weight, which is incrementally further. Control, normal, and peel are the weight calls. So Tate's last draw, a little heavy, although he's sitting 2-3 right now with the two open stones, available stones in the forefoot. Looks like the call is for a freeze, which is a draw, but intended for the thrown stone to come to rest on the stone, a stone in the house. Again, if you can positively execute a freeze, you can set up angles for future shots that will benefit you and put more of your stones in scoring position, or a position hard for the opponent to remove. Tate's coming down. He wants a freeze, or to what they call create a staggered guard situation. That's where a stone covers a half of the other stone if you're looking at it straight ahead. And that prevents the opposing teams from having a clean, simple run back on one of the stones, which provides additional cover and guarding opportunity for stones in the house. This one looks a little warm. Maybe sweep it and get down and sit 3 in the forefoot. Nope, it kissed off. Again, that's actually a really good result because there are no clean angles to get rid of more than one of those yellows. Maybe 2 if you can do what Randy just called, which is a high weight run back on the red. I think he probably needs to go the other turn, might be more advantageous, but if he knows the line, it's really a matter of hitting the stone in the right spot. Just like that. Pretty nice hit. Very well executed. All right. Sorry for our online viewers, we just had a minor disconnection and reconnection on our OBS studio. It should unfreeze and we're good to go from there on. So Randy is trying to draw down and freeze on the yellow stone in the forefoot. Freezes are considered by some of the toughest shots because you have to judge not only the weight but the line and come to a nice rest. This one looks like it's hanging out there. One of the things that you have to be you face in the transition from arena ice to dedicated ice is that dedicated ice is very more consistent. Sure, there can be some runs here or there or some wonky things that happen with the ice. Chicago's ice is very good. Our head ice guy, Ryan Murphy, does a fantastic job of preparing the ice, doing the floods, keeping ice maintenance, temperature, and humidity. So the ice is actually very consistent on the lines and plays that way, so you can trust the rocks and trust your delivery. Now, arena ice, you have the advantage of they're very good at reading the ice. They have a lot of practice in understanding ice changes because every time they get on the ice, it does change. Sometimes that can get caught up when you make that transition to dedicated ice. So Tate's trying to bring in a stone. He wants to just touch the top 8. He doesn't want to go too much deeper. Love to be just touching the top 8. Nice job. Probably wants it a rock over, but that's a perfectly fine shot. Now it forces Randy to basically draw to the full forefoot in order to score his 1. So a good force here. I'm not saying that it's easy to throw against, how many in the house? 2, 4, 6? That's not the ideal situation, but Randy seems to be a very experienced, good curler, so I expect him to make this. They are giving him a tight line. I might give a little bit more broom, but he knows his shot, so let's watch this as it comes to your rest in the full forefoot. And the delivery's off. Sweepers like it. Looks like they're cleaning. Better hold that line. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Maybe let it go and see if you can tap that red in. Ooh. I think that's maybe 4. We'll see. Good effort, good effort. Just a little bit more broom and I think that would have been just perfect. The weight seemed to be just right for getting to the forefoot tee line. I'm going to quickly shift over here to sheet 3, skip stones. So the hammer has just been delivered. This is to score 3. And it might be a little hot through the house. Okay, we'll go over to sheet 2. It looks like there is, we're on skip stones, but this is skip with hammer's first stone. This is red, electric, no, this is bork. Plain red, having to come into the house. Oh, I think going for the double, but hit and stick, he's sitting 1. You see this is the Sweepish are up 3-1 in the 3rd. Coming down to Skip's final stones. Cut back over to Electric Mayhem. We have red has hammer. This is the final stone, final delivery. Wolf with the punches is up 2-0. So making this shot is important. Cut them down to 1 or or hopefully if you can get a punch that red rock up and push it in for shot, all you need to do is get to 4 foot. Oh, it doesn't look like it's curling. Oh, kind of caught in the gray area. Taps the yellow over. Okay, a steal of 2. On sheet 1, Carthage Curl is taking a commanding lead, 8-1 after playing in the 4th. Back to our featured sheet, Team Tobkin and Dr. T-Line and the Electric Mayhem. All right, we're getting her on tape here. We have the lead for Rolf with the punches, skipped by Chris Neiman, one of our storied members here in Chicago. The list is long. He's on the short list, or some list that starts with an S. Fine. Lead stone. Marjorie is next for Electric Mayhem. Good form. Stone perfectly aligned in the center. Good delivery. Sweepers like it. That is a lovely rock. Back to our featured sheet. We've got a Tate is now removing stones. Ooh. Just a little over curled. If anything, on sheet 4, we're getting a lot of these over curls. So take an extra amount of broom if you're going to play on sheet 4, or just watch the ice. You have to give props. That is a mighty fine purple hat. Good attire for the Muppet. Spiel. And a draw. Continue mucking up the front, although I don't know that that's super helpful for him. Back on sheet 3, Marjorie is setting up to deliver. Second stone. Come down and freeze on that yellow in the house. It's away. Sweepers like the weight. Skip likes the line. Rock's coming in nicely. It needs to slow down just a bit. No, let it curl all the way over. What a fantastic stone. Perfect freeze. One of the toughest shots in curling. Very well executed. All right, over on sheet 4, Scott Meyer getting around that corner. Oh, the sweepers did a great job holding it and now burying it. Get it as far into that 4 foot. That is a perfectly thrown stone. Very hard to get to, high enough that even if you were to run back and hit it, it may not help you. So it looks like, Randy, they're going to come down to the 4 foot. Replay that shot just by an extra 4 feet, 2 to 4 feet. This looks a little hot, but it's curling. Oh, they're being caught up in that line. Although the result is pretty good. It pops it up, and that red is now out counting the back yellow, so yellow sitting only 2. Tate could hit it, but he's electing to guard the yellows, which I think is absolutely the call. Try to keep it further away from any access to your rocks in the forefoot. Try to keep a guard as far away from it as possible until the last rocks. Hey Tycho, how you doing, man? Good, good. All right. Sorry for the break. I was greeting some folks here in the warm room. We have actually a pretty packed house today. I have a number of people watching all of the games going on. Finishing up lunch and catching some great curling. Again, anybody in the area, you're welcome to come in and watch curling live. And we also welcome you watching us on YouTube. So Tate's Vice's last stone, and kind of coming in, he wants to hit that red. Ooh, actually that's a good result. It could have been disastrous if it hit and drove that red into the back yellow. At least disastrous for Tate. Now there's some work for Randy to do. He always has the in-off on that red, or to tap that red into the forefoot, but I think if he can do some house cleaning here, get rid of some of these yellows, it's a great shot. Leaves his red there, can promote it. He's going to have lots of options when it comes down to his skip stones. Tate has to be careful here. If you set up, if you leave Randy opportunities to remove a lot of stones, he does have 4 counters right now. Although he's, red currently is sitting shot 3 and 4 and 6 and 7. Tate's got 1, 2, and 3 right now, or 1, 2, and 4. In curling, those things can change very quickly though. So Tate's delivering a draw, trying to sit right down on his yellow stone, currently on the forefoot. Even a little tap back, as long as you don't separate and create any kind of double. Light is okay. And the sweepers are on it. Oh, look at it, it's curling over too. That is, I don't think you'll be extremely pleased with it because it tees up, all you have to do is hit that yellow stone and it'll drive Dr. T-Line and Electric Mayhem. It'll drive their red stone right onto the shot rock. It's a way that he can become shot. Again, it comes back to the ice on 4 seems to be a little weight sensitive for the curl, and it is curly, so you have to manage that. And that's where it helps to have a whole team watching the sheet. Make sure your sweepers are really aware of that, and they can help to sweep that rock where it needs to go and manage it as it comes down to the ice where it ends up. back to rocks here. Hammerstone, red. This is his opportunity to. Oh my goodness, Oh, that could have been a thin double for multiple. Did he get one or? Oh, good effort, really good effort. Steal one for Team Tobkin. So let's go around the club and check in on scores. So on sheet 1, NU curling versus Carthage curling. The score is 10 to 1. 10 to 1. On sheet 2, the Sweepish versus Bork. We are in the 4th end. This looks like a complex end shaping up. The Sweepish currently are leading 3 to 2, so this is a tight game. Looks like Hammerstone's first. No, actually, Mike Reed this is the skip for red, is throwing without the hammer. And this is his first stone. We'll come back to this sheet and watch the conclusion of that end. It looks like a pivotal end. Going back to our feature sheet, we have Team Tobkin up 7 to 0, now playing in the 4th end. So Mike Reed, without hammer, Bork. I believe they're trying for a hit. Not sure if he's trying for the double, to do a thin double. He hit the slash run in to get rid of Shot Rock, but replacing it with the yellow Shot Rock. Still under cover though. Interesting. And on our featured sheet, and second delivered stone, looks like it's going to come down to Dr. T-Line's red stone in the 12-foot and sit shot. All right, this means game on. That usually means a force, just because it's hard to get rid of both of those stones sitting back there. I keep flipping. What? I didn't get that one. You just have to tell me if there's like a good shot. I didn't see it. I was busy.
I didn't think he was going to make it. The fact that he made it was amazing.
Jessica's awesome at that. She's awesome.
All right, Sweepish. The skit is Pam Olenek. And she's drawing in. I think she's okay not even being shot or not even getting into the house. Touching top 12 would be terrific, fully buried. But it would be very good to just even have a nice guard closing down that port, making it very difficult for Mike to get any kind of his stones in a position. This looks like it might be a little heavier than she wanted. And it went through the house, so Mike still has a chance to cut them down, potentially even get shot. All right. Randy's calling for getting under the Team Tobkin's corner guard. Use the rocks that are available to you. It's a good setup. Oh, this one needs to curl. I think that's just, it seems to curl more towards the wall, and having played here, That is, it seems to be true. Coming off of the wall like that shot, it just didn't quite curl as much. It also was a little heavier than I think they wanted it. So it seems like it's a race to being undercover under that corner guard. Let's go over. Mike is about ready to deliver his stone. Hey, you guys.
Looks like they're doing pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
Did they steal the first end too, or did they actually?
I'm not sure. I wasn't commentating on this game yet. I've been kind of for, but and then now we're watching Mike Reed's shot here. One thing that this is an FYI to all curlers out there. If the ice stays this way during the middle ends, so end 4, 5, 6, it begins to straighten out. So just be aware of that on your broom selections. This will be a draw for multiples for Team Sweepish. Back to our featured match, Team Tobkin and Dr. T-Line, the Electric. Mayhem is a very well-placed draw by Scott. And unfortunately, just a little too hot. Ran straight and went through the house. Yellow is sitting 2. Kate's asking Kaylee to put it in the top 8. Not fully buried. You can show or expose a quarter of the rock would be ideal. This is where you give it to your sweepers. Let them manage the stone. You don't want to be heavy here. Light is absolutely okay. And oftentimes that's important to think about how do you want to miss a shot more than how do you want to make a shot. It over-curled a bit, but that's a fine, absolutely fine shot. I mean over-curled a little bit. You can see how those rocks, it actually creates a pocket. So imagine if a red stone were to come in and just sit right in between those two yellow stones. It would be very hard for yellow to remove it. See where Randy's putting his broom? Yeah. So he's calling for a freeze right down to that area. If he can park it there, that's a terrific shot. And this is just a hair short. That when I said before it's okay to be short on that shot, you want it to be a little firm. Even coming down and tapping the yellow and being shot rock is better than creating a guard for your opponent. But it's still a usable rock, so keeping it in play and above the house still allows for red to run it back in if they need to, if they don't have a direct draw that they can use themselves. So still very useful. Kaylee's being asked to repeat the shot. This one looks a little heavy. Fine shot. Probably hoping to be a little bit higher. Again, it creates that opportunity to come down and sit on it and make the red stone very hard to remove. But we're talking inches here. It's a great shot. Let's see. Oh, for that weight, it ran a little straight on that line. And definitely, he's going to come down and put it in the top 4. Yeah. So Tate's shot is away. Needs to curl. It looked like it's coming. The sweepers have completely stepped away. And although it's sitting shot rock right on the button, that's fully open for a little bit of a hit. Again, calling for a freeze.
With the game in between, black and white with like flowy things that felt going on. They always down to their feet, but to curl, they unbelt them. They were only like this low.
One of the things that we were, and I don't know him right now, he was helping to test some of the audio. So we got the audio checked out on this, so it's recording and correctly and the way we want it. I was going to test FaceTime as a way to see if that would work for remote people to commentate on, because it may be just based on our CPU, the only way that we could do it, pull it off functionally. But it's nice to have, not a need to have. All right, no, it's okay. Don't worry. All right, Randy's last shot, or not last shot, his second to last shot, his first hammerstone. Oh, he's looking for a hit and roll over. And again, I think that the ice is straightening out, especially with the higher weight hits on the lines and the later ends. Middle ends, the ice straightens out, especially with weight. So Tate ideally wants to put this right on the center line, top 8, top 12. Full 12, so he outcounts that back red. Then just apply maximum pressure to the opponent and force Randy to come up with something really good to score here.
Yeah, well, then you just start watching curling and you don't move. So that's what happens.
Sweepers like this stone, they're staying close. Really, this is about line and weight. Sweepers are on it now, holding it for line. Going for weight now. Just managing this rock into a good position. Wow, look at it. So weight sensitive. Curled right over. So the shot stone on the button is fully available and open. Like, let's tighten that broom. Very similar shot, maybe just a little less weight. Randy needs to just hit and stick right there to score his one. He can also draw down and make it just a heavier draw and use that as backing. It is slightly behind tee or just sitting on tee, so just bumping it an inch will give red shot. So this is hammers, or Skip's last stone with hammer. Dr. T Line and the Electric Mayhem 4-1. That lighter weight draw. Oh my goodness. Oh. Get in, roll in, gotta sweep it in, save yourself 2. It's 4 for Team Tobkin. Let's take a quick roll around the ice rink. So on sheet 1, we have India curling versus Carthage curling, and it is 10-2, and we're in the 6th end. On sheet 2, we have the Sweepish versus Bork. We're currently in the 5th end. I mean, the 6th end. I don't think they. Yeah, no, we're in the 5th end, and it is 5-2 for the Sweepish. Sheet 3 is Rolf with the punches, and they are currently sitting 6-0 over Electric Mayhem, and they are in the 5th. Feature sheet today. Team Tobkin didn't hang the points on the 5th end. They're in the 6th end. It is 12-0. Yeah. And they are throwing through rocks. I think they're just playing the stones back. We'll switch to the most competitive game right now on the ice, which is the Sweepish versus Bork. We are currently on Vice Stones. That was Red's, Bork's first Vice Rock. And it looks like they did very well promoting Redstone into shot position. But it is available through a fairly open port. There are an awful lot of guards in play in this end. Nice delivery. Boy, it's hanging. So, ooh, almost, not quite. That's a situation of it's amazing. The rotation on the rock when it hits a promotion stone like that creates an opposite turn. And so if you watch that rock closely, it was spinning the wrong way to encourage the rock to curl away from the red stone instead of into the red stone. I think in these later ends, as we've talked about, a little extra weight, these stones do run a little straighter on the ice. They still curl, but are more weight sensitive. So the skips who pick up on that and make those mid-game adjustments to the changing ice conditions will make more shots. So Bork trying again for a nice promote. They overcurled a bit and a little too hot. Now they're opening up that side. Decision time. So the Sweepish are going to go for that stone again. This is Skip's first. Without hammer, not bad. Come and use the red stone as backing. Otherwise, draw down and you want to become shot rock, buried. There are not very many good combinations to run in with that wall of granite in front. Well, look at Chris Niesman. He's delivering a crazy stone into this house. This is his final rock. He's got a double available and just a little wide. Oh, couldn't quite remove that, but it puts pressure on it. I got that one. I need spotters. I missed the triple. I need some help. Chris Niesman just let me know that I missed his perfect shot in the prior end where he hit an amazing triple. So my apologies. We're working on spotters so we can flip back and forth with all the really cool shots. Back to the Sweepish. That was a pretty nice draw, perfectly placed, coming in. Did it knock it out just enough, or is that red stone, if that red stone in the back is still counting, there is a chance that Mike could come down and hit this yellow and still sit 2. It's he does have hammer. This is his first stone to throw. Mike's setting up, and he is delivering. Stones away. Sweepers. Like it. On, off. Oh, it looks like this one is over curling. It's going to add to that collection of stones in the center. Might jiggle them around. Perhaps there might be a way to get a different angle. Alright, it widens an easy draw into the 4-foot on that side for yellow. Like yellow has to follow their own stone down. Yes, the vice is calling for a rock full 12, so that yellow would be counting 2. Force Mike to come up with something creative and amazing to outcount that yellow stone that's almost touching 4-foot.
One more throw.
Oh man.
Guys, sweep. Yep, you got it. Keep on it. As far as you can bring it.
Let's come from the other way.
Oh, come on.
The other way.
Heck yeah. Nice shot.
I like that better.
Ooh, good sweep.
All right, that was a terrific draw, Ian. That makes life really, really hard on Mike. I don't know that he sees enough of that. See how those 2 red stones above the house are lined up, wired almost to be run into the yellows that are in the house? I just don't think he can see enough of it because of that higher red stone. So it looks like he's only got this wide run back or tap up to outcount yellow. This is where they pay the skips big bucks. This is one of those game saver shots. It's very important to stay close. If you can get one here with hammer, you still have 3 ends to play and you're only down 2. If he gives up 2 here, you've got 3 ends to play, you're gonna have to start taking some chances. Check in on our featured sheet. That's an unfortunate miss. The featured sheet, Team Tobkin has been piling rocks into the house. They're on Vice stones. This is Vice's last stone with hammer. Red needs to score a lot of points, and that was a terrific shot, a terrific result, sitting right on the button. Only downside is it'll probably won't stay there for much longer.
see who's gonna shake first.
Randy had a nice hit on that, knocking a couple stones out and coming to a rest sitting on top of the yellow. I think Tate right now, he just wants to smash this stone. This will be a peel weight hit on the red to get rid of it. I'd have to give a shout out to these uniforms, the onesies by Kaylee and Scott, very Sesame Street. I don't know how you play in it, but I'm sure they're warm. Tate's peel is away. That looks like a normal. Less of a peel, more of a normal. It's all about being accurate here. Hit the inside half of that red and smash it out. Just like that. Lovely shot. All right, back to Sweepish and Bork. So, Sweepish, their goal is to keep the house as clean as possible. Bork is trying to put rocks in place. Yeah, 12. Yeah, right now? Yeah.
Yeah, right? This is your consolation prize for Congratulations.
Randy. So back here on Randy and Dr. T-Line. This is a hit and stick for 1. Sweepers are on it. Hold that line, hold that line. Called off. Fall in. Stick around, stick around. Oh.
Yeah.
And all right. Here we go.
I think it's better for they don't know about it. Which team?
Yeah. And itchy. It's terrible.
Get it over.
All right. That was a very nice draw. Look at that. Curl it right in. Good shot. Bork needs to keep rocks in play. The Sweepish, their goal is to get rid of rocks. Rocks are not their friends at this moment. Two good skips opposing each other. You can tell their strategies. Oh, this is buried. It's not fully buried. She sees enough. She's calling for at least a control weight takeout to catch enough of that red stone and get rid of it. Force Mike Reed's team to Bork to replace it. It's a technically tough draw. I think if it's over curls and hits your top red, yellow, Team Sweepish isn't that upset. It opens up the center and we can take free shots at whatever rocks might be in play. All right, so that opens it up. Forces Bork to decide, do you split the house for your easy 2 that way? Not that any 2 is easy. Or do you guard? I like splitting the house here and then you hope that your opponent hits the rock that's currently right in front of Mike Reed, Bork, so that you can hit that back and roll under cover towards the yellow stones and under his own red guard. You'd like to see how that plays out, but we'll see. First goal, first part of execution is you have to get this stone in play, in the house, sitting shot, ideally buried. Got to be sitting shot. Ooh. The reason why it has to be sitting shot is if it doesn't outcount that yellow stone that's on T-line on the opposite side of the house, it doesn't count. So it doesn't have to address it. Now it makes it very easy now to hit this stone. But if it sits right on the nose, you could hit and roll into that yellow and perhaps sit too. So again, strategy-wise, not horrible for Bork. The Sweepish, they like this result. Hit and get rid of their stone. That makes it pretty easy for him. I think he has to draw down to that yellow. Gotta draw down. That's your other alternative, draw under your own stones. Another reason I like drawing down on the yellow on the other side, you're both under cover, use that yellow as backing, and if you ever had to, you could hit your own red stone into the yellow and count on your last rock to score even more. But either shot, either call is a good call. It's all about execution at this point. Again, when you're down 5, you have to execute and you have to have a little bit of luck. You need a couple misses. Got to take risks in order to get those stones back. Check in on some of the other sheets. Looks like Rolf with the punches versus Electric Mayhem. 6-1 they're playing in the 6th end. Niesman's first Hammerstone. He's looking to come in and hit and roll on his own stone, or is he trying to drive back the red into the yellow? We will see. Looks like the stone's away. He's going for the run back. Red, yellow, red. It's close, but I made it. The yellow is sitting shot. Let's go over to sheet 4. Team Tobkin and Dr. T-Line still playing, and Team Tobkin is sitting shot rock. And on sheet 1, NU Curling Carthage, they are in the 7th end, and it is 10-4. NU Curling is mounting a comeback, and currently they're sitting 1. I need to score a few here to keep it in reach for the final end. On sheet 2, call was for just a soft weight hit to knock that red back. We're now into Hammer Skip's first stone. Mike has to make a decision on how, just draw down. If you can sit like even in the top 8 and have your rock point a little bit higher than that yellow rock, creating a backing if it's hit, that's a temptation for your opponent to try to hit it and maybe make a mistake. And if they aren't in shot position, you'll always have a chance to hit it into the yellow and create some additional counters for you. All right.
It's just a nice hit.
Let's-
Really nice, decent.
The last couple shots on that sheet have been pretty good. So we're switching over to Rolf with the Punches and Electric Mayhem. This is Skip's Hammerstone. And Rolf with the Punches is facing 2 in the house. So he needs to come down and basically a heavy draw, sit, hit on that red, and stay sharp. Navigate the port. Good consecutive hits left him in this position. The delivery's away. Gotta go. Gotta roll. Gotta start turning. Oh, a steal of 2, and this is a game yet. Back over to sheet 2. It looked like Bork may have listened to us through the glass. He put the rock in a tempting spot to hit, but if you miss-hit it, could go over into drive it into the yellow. It's always fun as a skip. Which one do you go for? Comes down which do you
Do you feel confident in?
right? Which one do you feel most confident in? What part of the ice do you feel most comfortable with? What are the results that you can live with? There's I think the call is to go for the one on the left as we're in the house.
What's the weight with that broom?
It's like hackish weight.
Hack,
But
then
that-
you might roll over.
But that much broom, it really brings into question. You can drive that redstone right into your own yellow.
Yep.
Unless she's going after the other one. The other side, she tried to hit the other one out on the right on her last try. The weight was good, it just seemed they may have overbroomed it.
Seems like they are going after shot. Just a little adjustment of the broom.
So really a draw.
Yeah, just freeze it, I think.
It's a tough shot. She just grabbed it out of it. Yes, but you don't want to have the bad thing happen and drive it into your own, right?
Yeah, or if you overcurl and it does nothing.
It doesn't look like a freeze, a little heavy for freeze. Like that line adjustment.
Maybe that first broom was the right broom.
So you've got to draw for 3, or do you? It's still early enough, right? You're only down 5, so you get 3 here. That's really good. But there isn't a chance for 4.
There's a chance for 4, but
I think you have to hit that so thin you might lose your shot rock, right?
yeah, I'm just taking a look at the clock. We've got 14 minutes
Okay.
for one more end. But they also have to finish this end.
Finish this in. I think you have to go for it. If you come inside out, all you have to do is throw back line weight.
Looks like it's just the draw for 3.
And you could miss it all sorts of ways to Sunday, right? It could hang wide, you get 2. A little light and it draws in, you get your 3. Hits what you want, you get your 4. Hits right on the nose, you still potentially get your 3.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's a tough shot no matter what. And it's what, like I said, what is the skip feeling? So after this, we'll take a tour of the scores around the house. The shots away, sweepers are sweeping, they're off.
Use the backing.
Oh boy, it
So
just
maybe he's
slid
going for
way
that.
over.
Maybe he's going for that shot.
Oh my goodness. It's the right
And
weight. Great
it'll
try.
work for him.
Yep,
No,
three.
That's three.
That's three. So this game, going into the seventh end, is 7-5 for the Sweepish. On sheet 1, we have NU Curling versus Carthage. Carthage is up 10-6. Did you catch what the? Oh yeah, 10-6. They are now in the 8th end. So there is a potential comeback, long shot comeback, but still, it's curling. Anything can happen. On sheet 3, we have Rolf with the Punches against Electric Mayhem. Rolf with the Punches are up 6-3, so they have a 3-point lead. They're playing in the 7th. Currently, yellow is sitting 3. And on sheet 4, they did stop hanging the scores. They're playing in the 7th end, and it's really rock removal for Team Tobkin at this point. And we'll go back to sheet 2. Watch how this sets up. Actually, sheet 3, there's an important hit coming up here. Red needs to hit and stick shot.
Gotta move. Gotta
Almost
move.
in an ideal world, you hit your own red thin, come off of that into the yellow. It's a lovely result. We'll stay on 2 for a while, see how this plays out. They're talking about what do they want to do. Chris Lank is saying, hey, blow this up. There's a chance to actually get a double cleanly and sit 3. You just have to hit the red that's on the center line first. About a third of the way. And this looks pretty good. Pretty close. The sweepers are sweeping it all the way. And, oh, just a little too thick. It's a good result. Yellow sitting at least 1, maybe 2.
Rock almost hit the hack on sheet 2.
Yeah. Ruh-roh. Protect the hacks, people. All right. So the Sweepish up 2 in the 7th with hammer. Removing the shot stone of Bork Bork. Oh, this one looks like it's over curling though. Wow, the doors are starting to open. Bork Bork, what do? Guard it. Hit and roll on the yellow. Draw behind the yellow. Skip's contemplating all sorts of options. And go for the hit. The hit. Hit and stick, just right on the nose. Even a little hit and roll. And we have our first finish, sheet 4. Team Tobkin wins versus Dr. T. And that line caught Bork Bork as well, over curled. Unfortunate, but it resets it. So we're back to call to take out red shot stone. I think she'd like to just hit nose or even roll a little wide. That helps to keep stones from being grouped together and more easily doubled out. Good delivery. Stone's on its way. Sweepers are on it. Sweeping hard. Did they get caught? I think they got caught on this line again. There's a little bit of curl there. Just need to adjust the broom or maybe go inside out for that rock. I think same goes for, so Bork has changed the call. This one they want to draw in behind that yellow stone. This probably is the lowest risk of calls, in the sense that if it does overcurl and chips off of the yellow, that's not a bad result. If you draw in perfectly behind it, that's terrific. And if it doesn't curl quite as much, then it's a guard. So it gives you a couple of outs, like if you're in poker. Looks like this might be a little lighter than he wanted. It's really tough to throw a hit on one shot and then to turn right around and throw a draw. It can be hard to just manage your weight control. So you see that happen quite a bit in club curling, in all curling.
7 minutes.
So I think she's added a little bit more broom, calling for this takeout, just to account for the adjustments in the ice. Later in these ends, for whatever reason, they're getting some curl. This well delivered. I think they like this stone's trajectory a little more. The sweepers are off. This looks nice. Needs to curl a little bit more. I think this is just fine what she wanted. Nice shot. Nice gonna be, it's a dilemma. Bork, you've got a choice. Do you draw into the forefoot under staggered guards? That would be a terrific result. Ideally, you want to hit and roll over under the staggered guards, but just a more difficult shot to make and to control with precision. This is I like freezes and I like rock positions in this situation. It talks to Skip's thinking a couple of moves ahead, a couple rocks ahead. He wants to have rocks in play in a good spot that he can use and work with later on. So this is a very sophisticated call. Hard in execution, you've got to get there. Sweepers are off of it, just watching it the whole way. What a lovely line. A little heavy, but not a horrible shot at all. They're just kind of setting it up. That works very nice. Rocks in play, it's shot, kind of forces the opposing skip to deal with it. We're going to skip over to, when we finish this shot, we'll skip over to 2. We have hammer, stones coming up. Important shots. Hit and rolled out. Alright, so Niesman is attempting to go through the port here and hit the shot stone red. Need to sweep it. Oh, looks like he's going to crash on that high guard. Red is sitting 2. And this is Skips without hammers, final stone. I think he's going to try to replace that guard in a better spot. Could even come down and freeze to his own red. I think Rolf with the punches wouldn't be all that upset to take 1 here. I'm going to skip over to sheet 1 after this shot. Oh, that's too heavy. So at least hammer. So interesting on sheet 1. So Carthage is allowing for a comeback here. Red is sitting 4. They just threw a stone. So if the end ended right now, it would be a tie. So NU Curling has... Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading that wrong. I'm watching 4 wrong games. Carthage is actually in good shape. NU Curling, I'm not sure how you can... You've got to throw a quad here so that you outcount all of the 5 red stones that are in play. That makes it a little tougher. All right, back to sheet 3, where we have Wolf with the punches and against Electric Mayhem. Wolf with the punches is up 3, and he's throwing against 3 with hammer. Final stone here. I think you'd like to get a few more. This one's hanging. It looks like it's hanging. Oh, got enough. It got 2 out, so giving up a steal of 1 isn't horrible. You retain hammer, you're up 2. That's a good position to be in. Back to sheet 2. Skips first stone with hammer. Red is sitting, looks like red is sitting shot 2. Could be shot 3. What just happened is Work, the skips on his first stone, made a nice draw into the top 8 to sit shot stone. Now you have the skip for the sweepest, so that's the yellow stones, eyeing up. She wants to get rid of that red stone because she's counting shot 2 and 3. So she gets rid of this stone, she's in a power position. And this is her first stone. It is her first stone. So the sweepish have hammer.
Who chose the names?
The teams, yeah. That's part of the fun of coming to these fun spiels. You get to choose your own name. I don't have a team. I'm not playing in this. I'm just doing commentary. I don't know. You have to ask the powers. You just have to ask the powers that be. Nobody wanted me. I wouldn't play with me either. No. Well, it's a mixed spiel.
Why don't you get mixed?
Well, it's a mixed spiel. You need to have like one. It has a mixed spiel is two boys, 2 girls. Girls mixed out. Who's the girls that we go out and add to the team? All right, Beth and Jill. That would be awesome. I'd do that in a heartbeat. All right.
So this is time is up.
Time is up. So this is the last end for everything.
7th end is the last end on 2, and the 8th is the last end
for these guys. Okay. Did you let them know? Because that'll affect their strategy. May affect their strategy. All right.
The clock is right in front of sheet 2.
All right, so it means red has to steal 2 in order to tie. Do you go for the double yellows here, or do you just... draw in behind the red? And I mean, she's going to go, the Squeepish are going to go after hitting that red in the top 8. They tried that. Yellow. Yellow stones are...
Who's yellow?
The other team. So right now, these guys are red.
What about MJ's one?
MJ's not. MJ's last name.
Back on. So
All right, Sam's back on.
going for the draw behind. That way, when the yellow tries to hit, there's
Yes,
back.
now. Yes. You're streaming.
The light is green.
Like that?
Yeah, we have Lexi. Lexi is joining us to
The internet, the
You
whole
go on the
world.
ice can.
no. When they
But
get
when
off
they
the ice
listen
and
later,
right and
when
watch
they
their
come
game
back
back.
to watch this
Everyone
game,
watch the game yet?
A few people do, yes.
So funny.
Hey,
Just
you went,
like
you watch your just like me. Yes, I watch games. So, oh, gotta sweep it. They gotta sweep it. This has to be shot rock. Oh, and I think that's it. Are we going to have shakes here?
I think because it's close enough, it could be worth the measure. They might throw a stone, but
They don't need to though.
I think.
Oh, you mean because yes, it is potential, right? Gotcha.
But I think the yellow's safe.
We'll skip over here, see if we've got a shot going down the ice. Electric Mayhem is trying to create a little mayhem with these rocks. Oh, nice double. That was excellent. So red needs to score 2 here, and they have 3 stones left and 1 sitting in the house. Wolf with the punches immediately goes down. He wants a hit and get rid of this stone. Stone's being delivered. We'll get you back to the final stone of the game, Sweep Us for Fork, here in a second. We'll just watch this result. And what a lovely hit. Hit and remove. All right, so Sweepist, they're looking to hit one of these red stones, or actually, yep, one of these red stones. Just make it go away. Skips final. Oh, they're just throwing it away. They think they have got it. They're going to win the measure. We'll see if the other team agrees. Or does it come down to a measurement? We'll keep you up to date on how this game ends out. Yes, yellow thinks they're closer. And yellow is yes, we have shakes. The Sweepish one beat Bork. All right, final game playing on the ice is Rolf with the punches against Electric Mayhem. We're coming down to Vice Rocks. That's the last Vice Rocks for red. So currently Electric Mayhem needs to steal 2 in order to force it into extra end. Steal 3, they win outright. Wolf with the punches. This is Vice's last stone. They're currently sitting 2 in the house. Under cover, there's quite a few reds out front, so that one's done. Yes. So Sanjay's shot.
We do tomorrow at 10, and good chance to get it.
You guys have a good game last match? Yeah. It's understandable. Yes. Yeah. All right. So I don't know that completely helped yellow. Wolf with the punches just not punched in the redstone as a counter. No, you don't care about that. You could actually hit the double right now on the yellows. You could even double and roll over and you're fine. I think you have to hit the stone that you can see. Actually, I guess red, this is Vice's final stone. So I still like hitting that stone that's in the 8-foot right next to the red. Hit and roll over, either side is good. You'd like to have a double here, just because at some point you're going to have to remove these yellow stones. That kind of now helps protect, makes that doubling out those yellows much, much more difficult. Chris is calling for his Vice to throw a guard. Should have hit that yellow.
It followed.
3 for yellow, 2 for red. So Vice is last. I think. It's a nice draw. Needs to curl, get off of that front guard. Even ticking it, and then it comes over. Yeah, we wound up in a terrific spot. So now puts a lot of pressure on red. He has to have that, he has to drive that red into the yellow. Oh. With curling, it always comes down to a question of when do you go for certain shots and when don't you. This is an example of clearing the guard, not a bad strategy in any way, shape, or form, but in that case, you should have cleared that Yellowstone in the house, or at least one of the Yellowstones in the house. Just waited one stone late, and then this is what can happen. It can get very messy for you in a real instant. There's no wrong calls, it's all in execution.
Yeah, it's not lots of it. So, Dixon's been video. Wait, no, those ones are
This is an important shot. And it's a way, some kind of a heavy draw to get in there. Looks like it's hanging, finally curls. Hits and chips over. I think that's an invitation for Niesman to hit.
Call the guard.
The initial call is the guard. Niesman's going to, I think, come to the conclusion that he has to hit this stone. The guard is inviting danger.
Well, you can run the guard with the hammer.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with a nice hack weight hit and sit 3.
Right, you could, if he doesn't, you run that top, where you slash the top red in and double the yellows out.
Not just a nice hit and roll with board. Yeah, I mean, even hack if you can get by the guard.
Right.
right. I think I'm all the way around that card.
I suppose he could do jamming it up.
I'd even be tempted to throw normal at it, because I wouldn't even care if I lost that other Yellowstone. That may even be helpful to me.
Yeah, but it'd be nice to sit a cluster of 3, because
Yes,
if you
it
sit
would.
that cluster of 3, there's nothing can be done. Right.
Right, then it becomes a miracle shot.
Because if you just peel, if you just remove the stone and the shooter rolls out,
Yep.
then the
it's
shot's still
long.
there. Looks a little wide.
Yeah, and on this line it's been hanging very straight.
Well, that changes the angle. but I think now there's an open hit for.
You just run that red into the yellow.
I think they're looking at the port.
Wow, that's.
Seems silly.
But if you do that, then Niesman can just follow it down.
Or run his own stone back into it. He can run
Options.
I think you have to drive the red into the yellows, double it out that way, sit 3, force Niesman to draw, to try to remove 1 or 2.
I mean,
draw.
really, you can just draw to cut it down.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know if I'm a fan of this shot. But if you make it, it's the right shot.
Looks like it's over curling.
I know. But I want to be Wesley. I want to be.